back. Very good morning to one and all. Hope you are all fine and doing well. Yes, you all know that we are dealing with the concepts of current, electricity and equivalent resistance in the combination of resistors. In an electric circuit, we can have a combination of two or more resistors together which offers a unique resistance known as the equivalent resistance. If we are able to identify such equivalent resistance, then we can calculate the potential difference across every resistor in the combination of resistors in the electric circuit. We can calculate current passing through every resistor in the electric circuit. Of course, I have given few examples in the last class. I think nearly some 5 to 6 examples I have given. You continue the number. It's not the matter of number of examples. You continue if you wish. Here I am going to give you another example. Hope you are all looking at the board. Here there is a resistor of 5 ohm connected in between AB. But here there is another resistor whose resistance is 5 ohm. And here there is another resistor whose resistance is also 5 ohm. They are connected in between AC. No, 1 minute, a small correction in the electric circuit. You suppose there is a resistor in between A and C, there is a resistor whose resistance is 5 ohm. And here let me take another resistor whose resistance is also 5 ohm but connected between AD. And in the same way, there is a resistor in between BD, and here there is another resistor. Here there is another resistor in between BC, each of 5 ohm itself, where C and D are connected directly without any resistor in between. But across AB there is a cell whose voltage 20 volt is connected. So here it is the electric circuit. All are identical resistors, of course, and across AB there is a cell whose voltage 20 volt is connected. Now I wish to calculate what is the circuit current, what is the circuit resistance I wish to calculate. So when I wish to calculate circuit current, first I have to calculate circuit resistance. So in that process, if you are going to look at the arrangement, here look at the points C and D which are connected directly without any resistor. They are connected by a conducting wire. You may suppose, sir, conducting wire will offer some resistance, but as per my diagrammatic representation, it offers a zero resistance path, so that C and D are at the same potential. Since they connected directly without any resistor, there is no potential drop. So C and D will be at the same potential. So if you are going to look at this combination, as C and D are at the same potential, AC and AD will have same potential difference. Between AC and AD, there will be same potential difference. So that these two resistors, each of 5 ohm, will be in parallel, because they are at the same potential difference in between AC and AD. So when these two are parallel, you know, when n identical resistors are in parallel, then equivalent resistance is R by N. I repeat, if there is a resistor whose resistance is R, like that n number of identical resistors are connected in parallel, then equivalent resistance is R by N. Remember this conclusion which I have given already in the earlier class. So here two identical resistors, so equivalent resistance is 5 by 2. So they offer together an equivalent resistance of 5 by 2 ohm in between AC. Of course, C and D are at same potential. Similarly, in between BC and BD, they produce 5 by 2. And in between AB, there is already 5 ohm, which are connected across 20 volt battery. So this is equivalent circuit for the given one. You take first the question with electric circuit, then again draw the electric circuit for the solution part, then go for equivalent circuit. So for this equivalent circuit is here. Now in this situation, you can see this 5 by 2 and 5 by 2 in between AC and BC, 5 by 2 and 5 by 2 will be in series, because whatever the current drawn is going to find the division at the junction A along AB and AC, but the current through AC will be same as current through CB. That's why these two are in series. So 5 by 2 in series will give 5 ohm resistance in between AB. Due to the series combination of 5 by 2 ohm and 5 by 2 ohm, they offer 5 ohm because series R1 plus R2. And already there is another 5 ohm resistor across AB, connected across 20 volt battery. Now this 5 ohm and this 5 ohm will be in parallel. So ultimately the equivalent circuit is going to be with an equivalent resistance 5 by 2 ohm connected across 20 volt battery in between AB. So my final conclusion is circuit resistance will be 5 by 2 ohm, and already applied potential difference in the circuit is 20 volt. So that the circuit current will be equal to I equal to V by R. V for 20 volt, R means 5 by 2. Then this is going to be 40 by 5, which is 8 amperes. So this is the final conclusion part of the question. Calculating the equivalent resistance of the electric circuit. Our circuit resistance is 5 by 2 ohm and the circuit current is 8 amperes. This is what you need to understand. So here for the given electric circuit, I have calculated circuit resistance, nothing but equivalent resistance between AB, equivalent resistance across AB. Then circuit current I equal to V by R, which is 8 amperes of current. If it is clear up to this, I will explain little more related to this question. Hope you are noting down and keeping it in pass. If you wish to talk about currents passing through every resistor in the combination, means you can discuss about the division of current among the resistors in the combination. You can discuss here. Now I am going to explain that also. Hope you have noted down this already. Then take again the electric circuit to mention the current's division if you wish to learn. See. Don't make changes in this solution. Take again the electric circuit, then mention the division of currents in your notes. Remember that. So here, 8 amperes current is drawn from the cell or battery in the electric circuit. 8 amperes current is drawn. That 8 amperes will find a division here, like I1 and I2. It finds the division. But while finding like that, once you come back here, if 8 amperes current is drawn in the electric circuit, finding division at A as I1 and I2. Now in this path, there are equal resistances, because in this path 5 by 2 plus 5 by 2 will give 5 ohm. In this path 5 ohm means these two are the equal resistors in parallel combination. So that when current is dividing at A as I1 and I2, I mean along the path ACB, I2 current, along the path AB, I1 current. But in the path ACB, we have 5 ohm resistor, because 5 by 2 in series. In the path AB, there is a 5 ohm resistor. Means current dividing across two resistors which are in parallel, that is 5 ohm each. You know, in the case of a parallel combination, current will be distributed in the inverse ratio of their resistances. Means 1 by 5 is to 1 by 5, which is equal to 1 is to 1. It means the current will be divided as 4 amperes each. In this path 4 amperes and in this path 4 amperes of current. This is what you need to understand. Means at A, when 8 amperes current is drawn in the electric circuit, at A, it is going to divide as 4 amperes along the path AB. But 4 amperes is going to divide at A. Ultimately, 4 amperes passing through the parallel combination of 5 and 5. So here through 5 by 2 ohm there is 4 amperes, but 5 by 2 is the resultant of 5 ohm and 5 ohm, means that 4 again will be distributed here as 2 amperes and 2 amperes because equal resistors, so equal distribution of current, and here will come out as 2 amperes and 2 amperes and will join here to give 4 amperes. So with this 4 ampere and with this 4 ampere, finally 8 amperes current will come. So this is how you can explain the division of currents in the same electric circuit. So without erasing, I have given little more information on this concept. Hope it is clear, a little bit more advanced application on this part. Next, that application is over. Now we are going to discuss another example. So first listen to me and you write in our notes the next example I am dictating. A conducting wire of resistance 20 ohm. Hope you are writing in our notes. A conducting wire of resistance 20 ohm is bent in the form of a circle. The conducting wire of resistance 20 ohm, of course it has some length. It is bent in the form of a circle, means length of the wire equal to 2 pi r, of course. Now here, if here O is the center of the circle, then your task is to calculate equivalent resistance between the 2 points on the circle P and Q. This is your question. What is equivalent resistance in between PQ is your question. Of course, if you consider this portion of PQ, it's a quadrant, of course. But here, while talking about equivalent resistance between 2 points, one is P, another one is Q. So I repeat the question. A conducting wire is of resistance 20 ohm is bent in the form of a circular wire. Then calculate equivalent resistance between P and Q as shown in the figure. Take this in the question itself. This is the figure given in the question itself. Now how to solve this? How to go for solution of this question? So first of all, when a conducting wire is bent in the form of a circular wire, remember there will be no change with its cross-sectional area. So it remains with the same cross-sectional area, with the same material, under same temperature conditions, it is bent to form a circle. But while calculating equivalent resistance across PQ, if you suppose a battery is connected in between PQ, I suggested you already in the earlier class, between what points you wish to calculate equivalent resistance. Suppose a battery is connected between the 2 points. Then it appears that PQ is a portion. Of course, let me write PAQ and here PBQ. PAQ is a portion and PBQ is another portion, which are connected between 2 points P and Q. It seems to be like that. It appears like that. Means this quadrant and this 3/4 are connected between 2 common points P and Q at the same potential difference. Of course, when the resistance of the given conducting wire is R equal to 20 ohm, I repeat, the resistance of the given conducting wire is R equal to 20 ohm, then resistance of the portion PAQ will be 1/4 of that 20 ohm. The reason is with the same cross-sectional area at the same temperature with the same material, but the length is 1/4 of it. You know, R wire is proportional to its length under such conditions. So that resistance for the portion PAQ, the resistance will be 1/4 of 20, which is 5 ohm. And for the portion PBQ, resistance will be 3/4 of 20 ohm, which is going to be 15 ohm. Now it appears that this 5 ohm and 15 ohm are in parallel. Then equivalent resistance across PQ is due to the parallel combination of 5 ohm and 15 ohm. So your answer is R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. This is equal to 75 by 20 ohm. Of course, you can cancel 5 tables and the answer can be 15 by 4 ohm. This is how you can calculate equivalent resistance across a PQ. Of course, you may come across a question, another example with the same concept, data, another question. You might be asked to calculate equivalent resistance across its diameter. Equivalent resistance across its diameter. While calculating equivalent resistance across the diameter, these two portions are of same length. So the resistance will be divided equally. This is 10 ohm and this will be 10 ohm. So while calculating equivalent resistance across the diameter AB, 10 ohm and 10 ohm are in parallel. So that the answer is a 10 by 2, which is 5 ohm, because n identical resistances connected in parallel, then it is R by n, means 10 by 2, which is equal to 5 ohm. So this is equivalent resistance across the diameter of the circular wire, 5 ohm. So here this is another application. Here even we have connected with the concept of variation of resistance with length, R proportional to L under terms and conditions, of course. So here there is a little more explanation on the concepts of equivalent resistance and the related application part, and hope you try with the other questions in the worksheet at your level best, so that you will get little more perfection in this area. No doubt. Here we have discussed even in the earlier classes. Apart from reduction method on identifying the resistors which are in series and in parallel, we have different techniques of finding equivalent resistors. Among them, one of the techniques is path symmetry, which helps us to identify the equivalent resistance of the given circuit. The concept is path symmetry. So what is path symmetry? How can we explain the concept of path symmetry? Yes, when we are moving in a closed circuit from one junction to another junction, we can have many more paths, because the junction itself that leads to a particular point along many paths. We call it as a junction. If A is a junction, I told, then from A I can have different paths to reach a particular destination. So while moving in a closed electric circuit from one junction to the other junction, we can have different paths. If we have some identical paths while traveling from one junction to another junction, if we have some identical paths, then current will be distributed equally at that junction along all the identical paths. So you can take the statement now. According to path symmetry, if we are moving from one point to another point in a closed circuit, the current will be distributed at the junction equally along all the identical paths. This is the statement of path symmetry. Let me explain the path symmetry with a small example. Here, there are 12 identical resistors. I repeat, I have taken 12 identical resistors, but that are connected along the sides of a cube. Here, along the sides of a cube, we have 12 identical resistors. Hope you can practice in the same way. The reason I am showing you drawing electric circuit here itself, so that you can practice yourself, even you can practice. Along the sides, in this way, We have connected all identical resistors along the sides of a cube, as we can have 12 sides, so that we can have 12 identical resistors, and let me name it as A, B, C, D. Next, E, F, G, H. All are identical resistors. Now in this particular electric circuit, I wish to calculate equivalent resistance across the body diagonal. This is very important terminology. Body diagonal means first you look at your room. In a room, if you have taken one of the uppermost corners of the room, take exactly the lowermost opposite corner and join the line. That is called body diagonal. Either in a cube or in a cuboid, if any one of the uppermost corners is joined to an exactly opposite lowermost corner, that gives a body diagonal. Like that, from the 4 uppermost corners to the 4 opposite lowermost corners, we can have 4 diagonals. So either in a cube or cuboid, we can have 4 body diagonals. If we are going to look at this, here in this picture, A, look at this, A, C is not body diagonal. AC is the face diagonal because ABCD is a square as it is a cube. So AC is body diagonal. That's what you need to identify. A to G is a body diagonal. AC is a face diagonal. But A to G, hope it is clear to you, A to G is a body diagonal. So let me calculate the equivalent resistance across a body diagonal, that is equivalent resistance across AG is my question here. So I suppose a battery whose EMF E is connected across A and G, which is a body diagonal. Now, if I am going to simplify this electric circuit, the equivalent electric circuit will be an equivalent resistance RE in between AG, and here there is a cell or EMF E is connected. Of course, equivalent circuit. If it is RE, equivalent circuit, then circuit current is I from the cell of EMF E, then I can write E is equal to I into RE. This is one equation. So first of all, while solving this type of complex electric circuits, we suppose an equivalent resistance RE, then we write equation E equal to RE. Now I will talk about the distribution of currents among the resistors. Then I will derive the formula for EMF in terms of I and R. R means identical resistor. R means identical resistors. So then in terms of I and smaller I will derive, then RE will be in terms of smaller. Yes, you will see. Here I current is coming to the junction A. Then immediately we will be in the confusion. From A, there are 3 different paths from A because A is the junction. AD, AE, AB. So current has to divide along 3 different paths. Then there is a confusion. In which path more current travels? So to understand that, we have to apply path symmetry. So while moving from A to G, A and G are the 2 different junctions. While moving from A to G, along the path AD, DH, HG, I have 3 resistors. AE, EH, HG, 3 resistors. AB, BF, FG, 3 resistors. Means if I wish to travel from A to G, along the 3 possible available paths AD, AE, AB, I find identical paths AD, AE, AB because ADHBG, AEHG, ABFG will find all the identical resistors, identical path. So current will be divided equally here. So that I by 3 is the current passing through every resistor in the electric circuit, AD, AE, AB. Current will be distributed equally, I by 3, I by 3. That's what I told. While moving from one junction to another junction in an electric circuit, if we find different paths which are identical, then current will be distributed equally at the junction along with such identical paths. Okay, fine. So here the current is coming to the junction D. Here current comes to the junction E. Here current comes to the junction B now. Earlier at A, but now D, E, B. Again, D to G, you have two resistors. EH and HG, you have two resistors. BF and FG, two resistors, identical path. That's why I by 3 will divide again as I by 6 and here I by 6. And here also at E, I by 3 will divide at E as I by 6 and I by 6. Similarly at B, current divides as I by 6 and I by 6 because by 2 equally distributed. Now here this I by 6, this I by 6 will join here and will come out as I by 3. Hope you are listening. Hope you are listening. This I by 6, this I by 6 will join here and will come out as I by 3. And next, here this I by 6, this I by 6 will join here and will come out as I by 3. All these I by 3s are going to meet at G and will come out as I. This is how current can be distributed. Current division can be explained using path symmetry concept. Now, take any closed loop including EMF E. Me closed loop ఎలా ఉండాలి? That includes EMF E. Then we write a KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law equation, so that we come across some part of the solution. Yes. Now let me take the closed loop A, D, H, G, again A. Should include cell. So what is the closed loop? A, D, H, G, A. I repeat. A, D, H, G, A is the closed loop. Now in this closed loop, first of all, while moving from A to D, you are moving in the direction of current from A to D. So there is a potential drop because current flows from high potential to low potential. As there is a potential drop, that potential difference should be taken negative. How much potential difference? Through the resistor R, there is a current of I by 3. So voltage drop is I by 3 into R. Next, here AD, DH. Again I by 6 current through the resistor R. So potential drop is minus I by 6 into R. Again here I by 3 current through the resistor R, HG. Again potential drop because in the direction of current there will be potential drop, I by 3 into R. Now G to A. G to A, there is minus to plus, potential rise. So plus C. Algebraic sum of all these terms will be 0. Algebraic sum of all the potential differences in a closed loop is 0. So we can write E equal to I by 3 goes to that side plus I by 3, again plus I by 6 plus I by 3 into R. Now if you have taken here 6 LCM, then 5 by 6. You can do the remaining part of calculation. This is your thing. So E equal to 5 by 6 into R. But you know E equal to I into RE. Then final answer I am writing here conclusion. E equal to I into RE. But this E is equal to 5 by 6 times of R. 5 by 6 times of IR, sorry. I by 3 plus I by 6 plus I by 3. That's why 5I by 6. So 5I by 6 into R is equal to I into RE. Now II gets cancelled, therefore RE is equal to 5 by 6 times of R. This is the conclusion. So the equivalent resistance across the body diagonal A to Z is 5 by 6 times of R. So I have taken first equation for equivalent circuit, then the value of E derived in terms of I and small r, then I will be getting cancelled on both sides, then RE you will get in terms of R. So when R is the identical resistance, small r, and 12 identical resistors are connected along with the sides of a cube, then equivalent resistance across the body diagonal is 5 by 6 times of r. This is a question based on path symmetry. The path symmetry will help us to identify the currents through every resistor. Same way you can discuss about capacitors. But in current electricity, among the resistors, there is a division of currents. In static electricity, there will be a division of charge. What you need to face. Potential reference is common. Potential drop is common either across resistor or across capacitor. Across resistor, V equal to IR. Across capacitor, V equal to Q by C. That's it. So Kirchhoff laws are common. So this is how we can handle even the combination of capacitors. I told you something you will learn in current electricity about capacitors combination. So if 12 identical capacitors are connected along the sides of a cube, then what is equivalent resistance across a body diagonal? In this way, you can calculate equivalent resistance across the phase diagonal AC. Across AC, phase diagonal. Of course, you can take other phase diagonals also, as AC is compatible with it. And equivalent resistance across any two adjacent vertices. Across any two adjacent vertices, equivalent resistance. These three examples can be explained using path symmetry. So for today, once revise all the earlier concepts of Ohm's law and resistance, current electricity. Hope you are up to the mark with worksheet. As yesterday, no video class was sent. There is 1 day gap, so you can fulfill the numerical application part of worksheet. Still, if any pending, make it sure that you are doing each and every question and you are solving that. And note down these concepts for today. So in the next class, we discuss equivalent resistance across a phase diagonal and also between the two adjacent vertices of a cube. In addition to that, the different more techniques that we are going to discuss. So what is the technique here? Path symmetry. We can discuss three examples, standard examples, across body diagonal of a cube, across phase diagonal, across any two adjacent vertices. So I repeat, what is path symmetry? If we are moving from one junction to another junction in a closed electric circuit and finds different identical paths, then the current will be divided at the junction along all the identical paths equally. This is what you need to state as concept of path symmetry. Please note that.